Okay, now we're back outside. We have Selena and Jack, and he's vaping. You know he's a bad boy because he's vaping. Hey girls, hi Jack. Is that all you're having for lunch? It's all my mum packed me. Kidding, she packed me nothing. No. Yeah. As if you're going to say to your friends, hey, I'm poor, my mother doesn't care about me. It's something that kids who are struggling like that advertise. It's not something that people feel undue shame about. It's not something that people keep bottled up, leading to the kind of explosions that might be connected to a supervillainy. But no, he just says, I'm poor, my mother doesn't care. So once again, she misunderstands corruption, she misunderstands poverty, she misunderstands the wealth divide, she misunderstands teenagers, she misunderstands people. And now she is misunderstanding the psychology of a struggling child with no loving parents. As if a child like that is going to go, my mum doesn't pack me lunch. She just passes out on the couch and pops pills and drinks herself to death. Like, yeah, kidding. She packed me nothing. I mean, it may seem like small things, but I can't think of a single line here that is how human beings communicate. Another salad sharing scene. Talk a little bit about Harvey's kidnapping. Then Bruce comes. It's, hey, B-Dub, join us! Oh my god. Oh my god. I would just like to speak on behalf of all my fellow 40-year-old writers. We don't understand kids. I mean, we have kids. We just don't understand our kids. We don't understand your kids. We don't understand anyone's kids. Thankfully, the people paying us don't understand kids either. And he offers him his vape pen. Like, these people are just sharing food with complete strangers and putting things next to their mouth that have been next to other people's mouths. Is that pancake flavoured? He smells it. Hell yeah. It's like, is that pancakes? Hell yes, pancakes! Motherfucking pancakes, man! If it wasn't for the fact that this was doing ridiculous things to Batman, I might actually be having fun. This is actually so bad. It could be good, were it not for the fact that I'm annoyed about the complete lack of regard for the characters she's meant to be representing. But yeah, this is actually kind of funny. Okay, and they're back at the poker table. Right, and now they're dancing. Three-way dancing. And Selena and Bruce go off to a quiet place. But listen, okay, this is another YA trope I hate. Because having two guys like you is not an enviable position to be in if you're a decent person. I mean, I've never been in that position, but I can imagine, like, if you're a nice person and you have two guys who like you and you care about both of them, even if you genuinely want to date one, you would try your best to be mindful of the other's feelings. You wouldn't just dance with both of them and then head off to a quiet place with the other in full view of the one you are well aware likes you, because she knows he likes her. I mean, he is dirt poor and he spent the money he found on a present for her, just out of nowhere, just did something spontaneously nice for her. And she just, in full view of him, takes another guy off to a quiet place. And again, it's, in YA novels, it's framed like this is okay. Like, oh, I can't help if the other guy likes me. I have to follow my heart and my feelings. But, that's one of the things that I just despise. It makes me hate the protagonist. Okay, now in terms of story beats, I'm just going to tell you that Harvey comes back, like the kidnappers let him go, And he blames Bruce for it for some reason, despite the fact that he stole his jacket. And apparently, despite the fact these two look nothing alike, the kidnappers mistook Harvey for Bruce because he was wearing Bruce's jacket. It's like, what did these kidnappers get for instructions? Just, this is the jacket, take the kid who's wearing the jacket. Like, not the Asian kid with this distinct hair that no one else seems to have, this build, really athletic build. Like, no, just take the kid who's wearing the jacket. And again, the plot as well is just especially lazy. Okay, and next, Bruce is having a party, and of course you need your special gate code to get in because it's an exclusive house party. And we have, no, go away, you don't exist, you don't exist, you don't exist. Oh god, and now she's kissing Jack in full view of Bruce. And somehow this is still okay. Somehow she's still a sympathetic protagonist. And Bruce and Jack just walk off arm in arm. Like, guys always think they have the most fun. There's an insane dessert buffet. Wanna hit it? My kind of party. Never let a guy get in the way of a good girl crush. And what the hell is this party? Is that, like, synchronized water aerobics? Like, water aerobics is something your 70-year-old granny does because she's got a bad hip. Like, wait, what is this party? It's like, again, I don't know what American house parties are supposed to be like.
We've got an empty. I don't mean the kid. Fail.
Okay, and then Bruce and Jack go away and have a conversation. Like, okay, most of my friends are guys, and I know how they act with each other when I'm there, but I do also know that when there are no girls in the equation, men interact differently. So, I don't know if this is how guys talk to each other when they're alone, but I'm guessing no. Saying to basically your love rival, whether you like and respect him or not, like, oh, I'm a nothing guy, she'd never look at me, I'm nothing. And then the other guy says, oh, you're not nothing, you're a great guy. Again, is this really how guys talk to each other? Once again, if you tell me yes, I'll take back my snarky comments, but I seriously doubt it. And now Selena has been kidnapped, looking like she's enjoying that kidnapping. And what kidnapper puts filters on their ransom notes? Yes, we're gonna do that Snapchat kidnapping. Okay, so the police have been called and things are kicking off, and look at this.
Mom, can you pick me up? I'm scared.
Okay, and the police officers come up to Bruce and they say, you're Bruce Wayne. Is there an adult around? Sir, a friend of mine has been kidnapped. We need to focus on, there's a bar back there, and these kids are obviously underage. Who's in charge here? Yeah, just say, sir, police officer, please help. My friend's been kidnapped. Hang on, son. Is that peppermint schnapps I can smell? Again, I don't know how uptight Americans are about underage drinking. We're a lot more chill about it here. Like, I was allowed to drink in the house when I was a teenager. Like, I would say to my mom, hey, can I have a glass of wine, or can I have a beer or something? They'd say, aye, go ahead. So, really, if a police officer came to my house and found us drinking, that would kind of be the last thing he would be worried about. Like, even if it was like a house party, the police officer would kind of expect it. They'd say, all right, get enough, and then everybody would like be slinking out the door.
Why would
Again, tell me, are American police officers more uptight about underage drinking? And even if they are, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't prioritise it over a kidnapping. Okay, and then Alfred says, I'm in charge. I'm Alfred Dean Pennyworth, and this is my husband, John Pennyworth. And what do you want to guess? That the husband doesn't do anything. I'm going to bet you right here and now he doesn't have a single line for the rest of this comic. Okay, and Bruce saves Selina, and I remember you were the girl next door, I asked you to marry me in this cute little way, and then Selina says, oh, your parents died, I read all your emails, like 8-year-olds email each other, I read all your emails, but I was too broken to answer them. And then she goes to sleep with Bruce, and Jack sees them, is a little bit broken-hearted, and goes to Selina's house. And later on, nobody batted an eye when Harvey was kidnapped, but all of a sudden Selina, they've obviously gone with the idea that she rescued herself. Bruce is kind of wanting to be kept out of the public eye, and they've said she rescued herself, and that's all over the news. And these two girls are there like, whoa, that's so crazy, she rescued herself. Go, girl! Like, that's what people are going to be thinking about when someone is kidnapped. They say, oh, that kidnapped girl, she escaped. It's like, oh my god, is she okay? Like, they say, no, you go, girl, you rescued yourself from that kidnapping. Good for you. See, this was cute when Enchanted did it, when it was a semi-new thing to point out. Now it is beyond tired. Okay, and reporters are outside Selina's house. Miss Kyle isn't here right now. Where is she? Can you tell us about her? How did she save herself? Okay. She doesn't understand how teenagers talk. She doesn't understand how children talk. She doesn't understand how people talk. And as someone who studied journalism, I can now tell you, this is not how reporters talk. Right, and Selina's leaving Bruce's house after they get... And Selina's like, is there something you want to say to me? And then Bruce says, the money for your father. I'm sure Alfred would understand. She says, is that all? I said I'd protect you, didn't I? Bruce Wayne, you get off on playing the hero, don't you? Why does she have this look on her face? Like he's offering her money to save her father. Why is she talking to him like this? I don't need you then. I don't need anyone. Okay, fair enough. I can understand getting a little bit testy if he was offering to pay your rent, buy you clothes, pay for your school or something like that. I'd say, no, this is my life. I need to, for my own self-respect, do it myself. But your father is dying. Someone who cares about you and would not miss the money is offering you money to make your father's life more comfortable. And your pride is more important than that, is it? And this, again, it's framed like it's an empowering thing for her to do. We see a lot of adverts in our country about child carers who have to basically put their childhood on hold to care for parents who are struggling, who have illnesses, who can't take care of themselves. And yeah, this is what we should be saying to those hardworking kids who sacrifice so much. Yeah, if someone offers you help, you don't take it. You do it all by yourself. Okay, and then she goes and unloads on Jack. They just kind of have a casual conversation like, what are you doing here, Jack? And, oh, did you have fun with Bruce and everything? You do realise that she was just kidnapped, right? why is everyone so blasé about the fact that this girl has apparently escaped from having been kidnapped, and they're just saying, oh, let's come to my place, or you had fun at his place, didn't you? Why are the police not involved? Why is she not being kept at home, being questioned about the kidnappers? Why is all this going on? Okay, and then later she goes to his house and doesn't apologise. It tries to extend an olive branch, but doesn't apologise because, you know, unloading on him like that was completely fair when all he really wanted was to check that she was okay. And she goes into his room and oh yes, she sees the pictures and she's like, oh my god, I love it. Oh, ew. And she kisses him. She's like playing both guys. Like, I'm pretty sure like she is in some way involved in her own kidnapping at this point, and I understand why she's playing Bruce because, you know, he has money. But why is she also playing Jack? Like, not quite getting that yet. And next we see a shot of her in her room where she looks at art schools, studying in Paris, such and such, but, you know, she cries because that's not going to be her destiny because she has a sick father, yada, yada, yada. And Selena has once again disappeared, and people are, again, blasé about it. Like, Jack's like, oh, she's a cat, she'll turn up. You didn't realise this girl, to your knowledge, was kidnapped, right? And now she's again disappeared. Right, and now Bruce works it out. Again, just give you a simple shot once again of how terrible this artwork is. And he finds Selena on a rooftop, apparently about to jump, and now she reveals her evil plan. Okay, so apparently she's going to commit suicide, so all her money goes to her beneficiary, which is her father, because she can't get her trust fund in any way until she comes of age, but it can be broken in the event of her death and given to her father. So that's her plan. Instead of just, you know, taking the money Bruce offered. And she reveals that, again, Harvey was mistakenly kidnapped. He was the real target. She was going to extort him for ransom money. So when that failed, she decided to kidnap herself. Oh, Bruce Wayne has so much money he wouldn't even notice if we took hundreds of thousands over a semester. Oh my god. But you were good at the games, messed up all our plans to bleed you dry bit by bit. Why do I still feel as though she is being framed as the empowered protagonist of the story? She has just openly admitted to trying to have him kidnapped, trying to put him through a traumatic ordeal because she was too proud to ask for help, and is now blaming him because he messed it up. And Bruce is like, but I was always there, I was offering you the money, I would do anything for you. And she's like, oh, that's sweet, Bruce. All I needed from you was to stop rescuing me so I could do it myself. If you had just let them believe I was kidnapped, this would have been over weeks ago. Yeah, Bruce, this is totally your fault. Yeah, totally your fault. And now Jack bursts in, and she's revealed how she's been using him to, like, get into places, get in touch with people. She's, again, that's why she's been playing him, because he has, like, underground connections or whatever. And Bruce, understandably very angry about this, says, you used us. You used how I felt about you to throw me off your trail. And Selena says, well, I had to distract you somehow. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy it. Yeah, because she slept with them. That makes it all okay, because that's all men want, apparently. Like, the fact that they cared about her, the fact that they have feelings, really doesn't matter because they got sex out of it. So they should be totally fine with this. And then Jack says, was it real? Was any of it real? And Selena says, you think I'd take you seriously? Come on, you're the biggest joke, Jack, that's all you are. This guy has done nothing wrong. All he has done is care about her. He is dirt poor, and he used $10 he found to buy her a book. And she's just standing there, taunting him, treating both of these boys like shit. And we're still somehow meant to like this girl and root for her. Why is it being framed this way? And also, in the trailer, didn't you say...
I love them both.
Yeah, really feeling the love here. I mean, yes, in the comics, Selina can be manipulative and even occasionally cruel, but it's always framed like she's in the wrong. It's never framed like she's the empowered protagonist for having done something like this. That's what makes her a complex character. And Bruce once again offers her the money, and Selina says, "Is that all?" My God, fuck you. Just fuck you. And she says, "Keep it. I'd rather steal it than have it offered in place of your heart. Yeah, I'd rather steal the money from you than have you give it to me out of the goodness of your heart. Because I want your heart. I want your whole being. Like, if you're going to offer me..." He's not offering you a one or the other exchange here. He is giving you the money because he cares about you. He's not giving you the money to make you go away. Is this how anyone acts? Anyone? Is this a thought process that has occurred to any human being through all human existence? Actually, I'm glad you're both here. I need witnesses. And she jumps off the building and apparently jumps horizontally because there's clearly buildings here. So how did she get from here to here? No, never mind. I'm not even going to bother. Right, and now both Jack and Bruce are back at school. Bruce is eating lunch. Jack's back to running with his boys. And Selina's father is in a nursing home. All comfortable. Because she did it on her own. And dun dun dun! 'Tis revealed that she is not in fact dead, because she was pulled out of the river by Poison Ivy, which was their plan. Apparently, Poison Ivy's been here the whole time. I mean, they've barely talked to each other. They had one line exchange at that party, but it's never really been set up that these two have a relationship. But again, to actually treat this as a critical analysis, I am beyond the point of making an effort. So Poison Ivy pulls her out of the river, and Selina is now living in Paris. How? I mean, if all her money's gone to her dad, how? And she takes a selfie and says, "You haven't seen the last of me, Gotham High." And she's just revealed to the world that she's alive again, so I have absolutely no idea what the legalities of that are, but she won. You go, girl. Alright. What can I say about Gotham High that I haven't already said in this long, excruciating exercise? It is not only a YA novel, something that doesn't fit into the realm of superheroes, it is a bad YA novel. It is written by someone who clearly doesn't know how to write in the visual medium of comics, because everything everyone says sounds like it should be in the narration of a novel. The main character is a despicable person and is not framed that way. The mystery, detective part, because Batman is the world's greatest detective, is not set up in any way, not like a good mystery should. The seeds aren't planted, it's just this happens, reveal. It is clear that she doesn't know or care about any of the characters she's writing. She's just written her own characters and slapped on the names of famous icons. And on that note, just to finish up, I'd like to say something about long-lasting characters, particularly comic book characters, and explain why people get a little bit uppity about changes, especially flagrant ones like this. Yes, these are just characters, but they also aren't. There is a reason that some of the greatest works in comic book history have come from people who grew up as fans. These characters mean something to people. There's a reason all writers, but especially comic book writers, get letters from people saying that a character or a storyline changed their life, helped them through a bad spot, or inspired them in some way. We are all in some way shaped by the art we consume, especially art that resonates with us. Yes, there are some people who say it's just entertainment, don't take it too seriously, and that is a legitimate way to consume art. But for people that this had an effect on, I want to say you are not childish, you are not entitled, you are not unreasonable for wanting the characters you love to remain the way that made them iconic. You have a right to feel protective over something that had an impact on you. Yes, people do take it too far and devolve into bullying, harassment, and just general unpleasant behaviour, but that does not invalidate the feelings of people who genuinely love these characters and whose passion contributes to their longevity. This is insulting to all those who love Batman, not because it does things differently, but because it is written by someone who made no effort to even attempt to understand the characters. She wrote her own characters and tried to pass them off as the influential icons people have loved for generations. And this would be a bad YA novel on its own. It's badly written, badly conceived, cliched story, unlikable characters, completely nonsensical decisions. But yes, the fact that it has Batman's name on it does make it significantly easier to hate.